Welcome back to the Sanctuary of Truth, the epicenter of deep analysis, and the only channel that dares to look behind the velvet curtain of stardom. You are watching whatever you need. If you are seeking the superficial gloss of a tabloid headline, you have come to the wrong place. But if you are ready to unravel the complex tapestry of human emotion, legacy, and the unfinished business of the heart, then settle in. Today we are not just discussing a rumor. We are dissecting a seismic shift in the narrative of Turkey's most discussed export, Kenyammen. We are talking about a dinner that happened in the shadows, a mother's quiet diplomacy, and a son's declaration that has the potential to alter the course of celebrity history. Before we embark on this journey through the labyrinth of fame and family, please ensure your commitment to our community is sealed. Subscribe to the channel, press the like button to signal your readiness for the truth, and for those who wish to stand in the inner circle of our storytelling, we strongly urge you to click the join button. Your support is the foundation upon which we build these reports. Now let us turn our gaze to a secluded table in Istanbul, where the past and the future collided over a quiet meal. The global celebrity ecosystem is once again vibrating with the frequency of a single name, Kenyammen. For years, this charismatic figure has built a fortress of success on foreign soil, crafting a life and career far from the Bosphorus. Yet, no matter how high the walls of his Italian success story rise, the foundations remain deeply rooted in Turkey. Recently, the tectonic plates of his personal history began to shift, not due to a new project or a red carpet appearance, but because of a clandestine meeting that has sent shockwaves through the industry. The narrative we are tracking today centers on a surprise encounter that took place entirely behind the scenes, a moment so private it almost escaped the voracious appetite of the press. It involves the two women who have arguably shaped Kenyammen's life more than any others, his mother, the formidable and elegant Yaman, and his former co-star, the woman whose name is still whispered in the same breath as his, Demet. This meeting has resurrected an unfinished story, dragging it from the archives of nostalgia back into the blinding spotlight of the present. According to exclusive intelligence reaching our desk, this was not a chance encounter in a crowded lobby. It was a deliberate, curated event. Yaman and Demet reportedly shared a private dinner at one of Istanbul's most refined and secluded establishments. A place where the lighting is dim, the service is invisible, and discretion is the most expensive item on the menu. This meeting, which miraculously evaded the lenses of the paparazzi, is described by insiders as transpiring in an atmosphere thick with emotion and intimacy. Picture the scene: two women, bound by a shared history involving the same complex men, sitting across from one another. It is claimed that the conversation was long, meandering through the valleys of the past. They did not merely exchange pleasantries, they reminisced. Witnesses to the dynamic suggest that Demet's profound respect and enduring affection for Yaman were palpable. It was a meeting defined not by the tension of an ex-girlfriend facing a mother, but by the warmth of two souls who understand the weight of the past. The ripples of this dinner crossed borders and reached Kenyammen, eliciting a reaction that was as raw as it was revealing. The handsome actor, usually guarded in his public persona, utilized expressions that can only be described as deeply touching. His words have since become a beacon of hope for his legion of fans. "I believe my wish will come true thanks to my mother," Kenyammen stated, stripping away the armor of the superstar to reveal the vulnerability of a son. "My mother was always angry with me for hurting Demet and breaking up with her. I tried to convince her but I couldn't. I believe my mother will make it happen. Because Demet has great respect and love for my mother, she would never hurt her. I know that too." These sentences are a revelation. They are a clear admission that his feelings for Demet are not artifacts of history, they are living, breathing entities. Furthermore, he has placed his fate in the hands of his mother, acknowledging her role as the bridge he burned and now hopes to rebuild. However, even the son is not privy to the full transcript of the mother's diplomacy. Kenyammen openly admitted to a burning curiosity that is keeping him awake at night. "I'm curious about what was discussed at dinner," he confessed to his inner circle. "I'm curious about what was discussed at dinner last night. I called my mother to ask her, but she didn't give me a single clue. That's why I'm going to Turkey to find out the whole truth. There is a profound drama in this statement. The image of an international star, miles away, calling home only to be met with a maternal wall of silence, is striking. His mother's refusal to divulge the details has seemingly acted as a catalyst. It reinforces the growing speculation that the actor is planning an imminent return to his homeland. The gossip columns are already drafting the headlines for what they are calling a major confrontation brewing, a face-to-face meeting where secrets will be unveiled. Kenyammen did not stop at expressing curiosity. He issued what amounts to a conditional pledge. He openly stated that the trajectory of his immediate future hinges entirely on the outcome of this summit between the two women. If something positive happens to me in the meeting between my mother and Demet, I'll do whatever it takes. If necessary, I'll come back to Turkey. This is not a casual comment. It is a declaration of intent. It is a sign that Kenyammen, who has meticulously constructed a life in Europe, is prepared to make a radical, life-altering decision for the sake of his private heart. He is willing to uproot his existence, if there is even a glimmer of hope on the horizon. We must pause here to digest the gravity of this situation. We often see celebrities prioritize career over everything, yet here is a man willing to pivot his entire life based on a dinner conversation he wasn't even present for. What do you think? Is this the ultimate romantic gesture, or is it a risky move to reopen old wounds? We want to hear your analysis in the comments below. And remember, if you want to support independent, nuanced storytelling like this, the join button is waiting for you. Become a member of the Whatever You Need family today. In the midst of this romantic turmoil, Kenyammen also took the opportunity to address a darker cloud that has been hovering over his reputation. The persistent rumors regarding his legal standing and potential arrest. In a tone of firm defiance, he moved to shatter the speculation that has plagued the headlines recently. There are some reports circulating that I will be arrested if I arrive in Turkey, he said, his voice cutting through the noise. These reports are completely false. The Turkish justice system has made its decision regarding me. I am innocent. The results of my tests were what I wanted. In short, I have been acquitted and I am innocent. He did not stop there, addressing the whispers that his residence in Italy was a form of exile or escape. I didn't go to Italy to flee, he asserted. As everyone knows, I have been living there for years. I can return to my country whenever I want, no one should have any doubts about that. With these words, he cleared the runway for his return, ensuring that if he steps back onto Turkish soil, it will be as a free man, not a fugitive. On the other side of this equation sits Demet Özdemir, maintaining a silence that is as loud as a thunderclap. There has been no press release, no social media post, no cryptic quote. It is rumored that the beautiful actress has adopted a strategy of stillness, telling her trusted confidants, "I'm in no hurry, I'm listening to my heart." However, inside sources claim that her relationship with Yaman has elevated this process to a spiritual level. Demet, who agreed to the meeting out of deference to the matriarch, reportedly spoke with total transparency about the scars of the past. She allegedly told Goldam, "I loved Ken very much, but I also felt very hurt. I don't want to relive the same thing again." This sentence is the crux of the matter. It is not a slamming of the door, it is a plea for safety. It shows that she has not shut Ken out, but she requires reassurance that the history of pain will not repeat itself. All observers agree on one fact: Yaman is the architect of this moment. For years, she has publicly expressed her adoration for Demet, refusing to let the bond sever completely. At this dinner, sources say she did not act as a lawyer for her son, but as a confidant for Demet. She did not pressure, she listened. Her alleged words as a mother, "I won't defend my son," but as a woman, "I understand you," reportedly struck a deep chord within Demet. This approach, validating Demet's pain rather than dismissing it, may have been the masterstroke that kept the door ajar. For Kenyammen, these events have triggered a profound internal reckoning. According to friends, his perspective has crystallized. He is reportedly saying, "This time I won't let it go unfinished." He views Demet's response not just as relationship gossip, but as a life-defining turning point. He is seemingly ready to reconsider his career path, his country of residence, and the entire system he has built, all for the chance to correct a mistake. The celebrity world is now cleaved in two. One faction believes this love never ended, it simply went silent, while the skeptics argue that Demet is too wise to walk back into the fire. Social media is a battlefield of mobilization, with thousands of fans liking comments that demand a happy ending. But the eyes of the world are turning to the airports of Istanbul. The rumors are intensifying that Kenyammen's flight is already booked. A quiet dinner, a mother's intervention, and a son's determination have set the stage. Kenyammen concluded his statements with a finality that leaves no room for doubt. I will receive a clear answer from Demet. I will come to Turkey as soon as possible for my mother and Demet, and based on that, I will guide my life. The stage is set. The players are moving. And we are all watching. Will Kenyammen return to reclaim what was lost? Will Demet Özdemir find the reassurance she needs to trust again? This story is far from over, in fact, the second act is just beginning. Thank you for joining us for this exclusive report on Whatever You Need. We will continue to monitor every flight, every statement, and every whisper. If you found this report insightful, please like and subscribe. And for the ultimate access, click that join button. Until next time, remember, in the world of love and fame, nothing is ever truly finished. Goodbye.